Alright, hello everybody and welcome to my video on how to kill Hard Mode Zuk very quickly. This is a 13-minute and 26-second run. Very fast, but I thought I'd show you how I kind of do it and what I've got. So wave 1, you just scythe everything. It gets you some souls, which are good for later, and it also has pretty good AoE, so it's not too bad. Obviously before then you want to summon your guys and activate your ghosty. That's important. And then, yeah, killing these two rangers on wave 2, pretty important as well. And then we're going to run to the other side of the arena, drag everything together, and get ready to do a little bit more scything while trying to move slightly closer to those birds so you can actually scythe them as well. It'll be a bit tricky, but once you get it, it's like, aha, that makes things a lot faster. And yeah, in terms of my gear here right now as well, I don't have a Tsar helm, obsidian helm, because it died, so I've been trying to make do. But if you want to have a nicer time, I'd recommend using an obsidian helm and donating toggle to the coffer. Yeah, this wave 3 though, you want to kill one of those guys, lure everything together, and then threads of fate, volley of souls, weapon spec, finger of death, whatever you have. And if you lure them properly, you should be able to get most, if not all of them, in one big combo. And then make sure you're life transferring your guys as well. It's important that they stay alive. And giving that guy over there a bloat, and this guy a bloat as well. Like, bloat is like the most OP ability ever if you have the ghosty up, like I mean, I can't remember what he's called now. No, not phantom. But yeah, the ghosty spec plus bloat is like the most OP thing ever. So it does a surprising amount of damage. And yeah, killing Zuck here. You want to switch to your Reaver's Ring, by the way, because the Toggle Zone doesn't work on him. You want to Eldritch spec, or Split Soul rather, and then Vuln him, activate the button, and press Death Skulls. And then it's basically done at that point. And then this challenge, we've got Threads of Fate again into Volley of Souls. Then you can like Soul Sap Volley of Souls again, or you can Finger of Death, like whatever you want. Doesn't really matter. But after that, it's very important that you put on your Excalibur to despawn your dudes and then summon them again, activate the ghosty spec, and we're going to be watching out for the Jad, killing a couple of the rangers because they do hurt in the end, and then getting a living death plus a Dren pot, and then just launch into the Jad if you can. These waves do hurt quite a lot, so do be a bit careful. Those prey rangers are very important. If you want to, you can go next to the rangers down there and do like a blood siphon or something for a bit of free healing, because they're all kind of grouped up, which works out quite well. I did it there actually, and I healed a fair bit. It's not too bad. Skulls are still bouncing around from earlier as well, so try and use them as best you can. And yeah, as for familiar as well, I have a Blood Reaver right now, which is slightly more dangerous in a way, but also slightly better and also slightly safer in a way as well. But what I was doing originally is I was using a Hellhound and the Obsidian Helm, and it made me take like no damage. It was pretty free, so I would recommend starting on that if you can. And yeah, wave 7, drag everything to the gate, and then again it's Threads of Fate into Volley of Souls. Make sure you've got 5 stacks before then. Then we're going to be building our stacks back up, because we're also going to be kind of stalling a bit in order to do Threads of Fate again next wave. So after wave 7, we're going to be, I believe, equipping our Excalibur to despawn our dudes, putting our Lantern back on, and then resummoning the dudes, because then they'll last a good chunk of time. Life transfer as well, of course, makes it last a bit longer. And then, yeah, killing a mage or so there works out quite nicely, and then killing this melee man as well, because he is a bit of a nuisance. Prey range for the rest of it, and nothing else will really hurt you that much. But yeah, we're just kind of dragging everything down as best we can. And the idea is we can then Threads of Fate, snap back up, we're using it, Threads of Fate, Volley of Souls, Weapon Spec, Finger of Death, and that gets most of the room done. It's really nice. Like, definitely abuse your Threads of Fate, they are so good. And yeah, we'll be doing that on most of the waves actually. There is of course the 45-second cooldown, but it seems to work out just about well enough. And here we've got our dudes up again, so we're going to stun that guy with Soul Strike, give him a bloat as well, and then just kind of run away. And the bloat that's on him, plus the ghosty spec, he just takes so much damage. Same with this guy as well. Like, very strong. And same with that guy. So yeah, use bloat on all 3 of them. And oh, he nearly died there as well, so it can be a bit scary, but luckily I've got my ghosty around, and then, yeah, nice easy death. Then out Split Soul again, Vuln him, and then press Death Skulls. Ideally with a Reaver's Ring swap again, because the Toggle Zone does not work. And then we have Challenge 2, which I keep my 5 souls for here. Because technically you could launch them into the boss, but I kept my 5 souls in order to do a bunch of stuff to this guy. And then, yeah, I think I hit a bit abnormally high there. Normally he takes a bit longer than that, but still got him. Whacked him down a bit, and that was good. Yeah, this way, make sure you grab that little birdie first as well, because he's really annoying otherwise. And we're going to be, life transferring again, and looking for the Jad, standing behind this rock to hopefully lure that melee guy down a little bit. Because he's going to hopefully be the recipient of some very, very bouncy death skulls momentarily. So just get rid of the Jads, get rid of that one, and then I've got another death skull saved up for when I go and face the other Jad. So I also use the death skulls on these like middle minions as well, and it seems to work decently well. And they die to a bit of poison as well, like Cinderbanes and weapon poison, very important. And yeah, using Invoke Death on the Jad's probably very smart as well. It's like 15k damage, I think, or no, 20k almost. Don't surge into the fire. Very, very bad move. Not ideal, I must admit. And then yeah, wave 12. I kind of like hover over this side now from wave 12 because everything kind of seems to group up decently well. And then if you could guess, you're thinking the brain box is whirring. Is this another Threads of Fate moment? If you thought yes, then you'd be right. Just make sure you keep safe with use Reflect there because these guys do hurt a lot. Just wait for that mage at the back there to walk down and then do your threads, and then you can link everything up. Give them a nice little, volley of souls, soul sap, weapon spec, or whatever. Like volley of souls, whatever is good at the time. And then, yeah, just before wave 13, I do the Excalibur trick again. Equip the Excalibur, despawn the guys, and then resummon them again. And then that works just fine. You to have Threads of Fate up again in about 10 seconds now, so it's a bit of pain while everything's attacking you here. You just got to kind of tank it like Reflect and Devotion, but 4, 3, 2, 1, it's Threads time. The Threads, Volley of Souls, Weapon Spec, surge over there to get a bit of better angle, and then everything is just dead. So that is the power of the Threads. Like, Threads is so good. So yeah, make sure you're using that. And oh yeah, make sure you're dropping crystals of Prisms of Restoration for your Blood Reaver as well, because he does get hurt quite a lot. Like, I think I've got my scrolls set to 8 right now, which is it's a pretty long gap between each scroll that gets used, but yeah, it still uses them up pretty darn fast, so I would be a little bit wary of that. Make sure you've got your guys there. And I might just speed up. It's just a Twitch VOD, so I'm just speed up a little bit at the moment. And yeah, for the next challenge, basically what we're going to do is we're going to Resonance the first hit, then Devotion, and Prey Flick the second hits, and then we're going to be Disruption Shielding the final hit from these guys. So nothing too bad, really quite trivial. And then I like to run up here, resummon the dudes as well. It's like Excalibur trick again, resummon the dudes, get the ghosty spec up, and Living Death. And then if you play your cards right, you can kind of edge in here, and you can get your Death Skulls bouncing between both Jads, and it makes them so much faster. And ideally, if it all goes well there, you can then Death Skulls this guy. Get even more bouncing. And away you go. And then after this, I do the Excalibur trick yet again to try and summon all your dudes just before Hurricane spawns. Do an early Split Soul spec as well. And then Invoke Death, and then we're Death Sculling again. Make sure we vuln the boss. Get a Bloat on there as well, because Bloat with Split Soul especially is incredibly strong. And you just kind of just attack him like there's nothing too crazy. I think I used my tier 95 spec, but that's about it. So then he is down. Just like that. Deathmark 30k, easy. Want to Smoke Cloud the boss, and then yeah, get all your stuff up, make sure your skeletons are happy, get the souls. Ideally, split soul soon, but mine's still on 7-second corner. I should have used it a little bit earlier on Hurricane, but it's okay. We're doing the old living death and death skulls thing. Now I can split soul because it's back up again. And then you're kind of just like spamming the Reaver specs right now to try and heal you, get the Excalibur up as well. I do switch to my Grimoire here as well as doing the Reaver's Ring. But really, it's just launching into him, hoping you crit enough to do lots of damage. And yeah, just chucking those death skulls as much as you can with a little tier 90 weapon spec at the end, ideally. And then, yeah, for these dudes, nothing too crazy. But I like to summon my guys again, like between the second and third mob generally seems to work quite well. Because they're not very, well, yeah, I mean, it's a good time to do it. I give the guy a bloat, kill him, and then summon the dudes is essentially how it goes. Right about now, there we go. Here come the dudes, and they'll help you kill the final guy as well. Nice and simple. And then we have Zuck again. So we don't have Adrenaline Potion this time, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. But we're just gonna do what we can. Build up to actually no, I Death Skulls first here, because I think I was trying to juice it a bit. I did the old Split Soul, Death Skulls, and Volley of Souls. If you're a bit less damaged than I had here, you can absolutely Living Death. I think I was just trying to YOLO it because I was like it was looking pretty good. And that is him phased. And I have Living Death here, which again is quite unusual to have it in this order. Normally I've got a Living Death on the boss, but here we are. And it's just Death Skulls and running around. But a little interesting feature here is the Death Mark. If you cast Death Mark, there's actually a chance that it can kill the pillar twice. So on that one, I had to Resonance and Disruption Shield. This one, I've got a Reflect and Vitpot, so you double 7k there. And then there it is. That is how you get a PB. So yeah, it's a little odd. Oh, sorry. A little bit odd how it works, but I think it's because you slowest. Yeah. Like I think it's because you Death Mark it and you kill it yourself, and then the Death Mark kicks in and then kills it again. So yeah, you get a little double. So something to watch out for. It can be a bit scary, so do be a bit careful of that. But yeah, that is how you kill Zuck in well, 13 minutes and 26 seconds, I guess. It takes a bit of practice to get used to, but honestly, guys, if you can get this down, like I reckon, like sub 20, very doable for a lot of you guys. So give it a go, see what happens, and yeah, believe in the threads of fate. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you again soon.